Hey everyone, it's Chris at Unior. I realized as I was going through this bike build series of videos that I'm doing for you that there are certain tools that I won't get to demonstrate because they're used in what we would maybe call disassembly of bikes rather than assembly. So, to serve you better, I'm going to undo some of the steps that I've already done just to kind of demonstrate a few other tools that you wouldn't get to see otherwise. Today, what we're going to be showing off, or what I'm going to be showing off, what you're going to be seeing, are cup removers, headset cup removers specifically. Again, this is something you would never need during a bike build, but you might need at some point, so it's good to see how they work. This specific bike, because it uses an 1.5" lower and an 1.1" upper, will require two different cup removers. Let me swing my frame out of the way so I don't scratch it while I'm kind of showing you these. As you can see, we have two different kind of diameters. This is obviously the smaller one that we're going to use for the upper cup. This is the bigger one we'll be using for the lower cup. We have the part number there, 1681/4. The 1.5" version is actually 1681.1/4. And they're pretty obvious from looking at them which one's which. You will also need some sort of striking device, and for this I like to use our 819A dead blow hammer. This is included in our Pro kit, and we also offer it separately. I like using the dead blow because sometimes I get a little crazy, and if I miss the cup remover, I'm only going to get one ding in my frame instead of two when the hammer bounces off and bounces back onto it. Not that it's ever happened to me. Anyway, let's get moving so I can put this back together. So we're going to start with the lower one because that's going to be a little easier to demonstrate. And let me just kind of get things positioned a little more clearly here. We'll raise that up a bit, get that out of the way so I don't hit the camera with the hammer, and we will focus. So using the bigger one of the two, we're going to bring it in from the bottom with the tanged side out, and we're going to wiggle it up just until we catch the cup. And that's really important to pay attention to on some frames, especially carbon frames I've found. There'll be a little bit extra thickness to the head tube, and if you pull the tool through too far, you might catch that bonded in insert for the head tube or the extra structure that's built up there. I've seen it on aluminum frames and steel frames as well. And that's really not what you want to be pounding on. You want to make sure you're pounding on the cup. And that'll be easier to show and to illustrate once we move to the top cup. So for now, I can look through, I can see that I've caught just the cup. Look through the bottom and see the same thing. And from here, we just go at it with our mallet. Couple good hits. And if we swing that up, maybe we can see that it's starting to come out just a little bit. So a few more should do it. Ideally, you'd maybe have a friend or a coworker or a colleague there to catch that for you. I work alone, so I don't. Let's do the top one. Alright, for the top, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to do it inverse of the way we did the bottom. So we have here the smaller of the two cup removers, and that's thankfully not a scratch in my frame. We'll save that for the first ride. We're going to pull that through and carefully just work it down until it just catches the cup. And we can see that on this one there is actually no like bonded in insert or anything like that, so we are just on the cup. And Again, from here, it's going to be the same thing. Let me just tighten up this stand a little bit so it doesn't move around on us as much. And let's get the mallet and knock that one out. And that's that. Now I need to go apologize to all my office mates for disturbing their work. And I get to put these back in. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.